Hey everyone, Katrina here, and today I'm going to show you how to solve tricky rational integrals using partial factor decomposition. Make sure to subscribe for more fun math videos and stay to the end to see the full example. So when we're considering rational functions and we want to use partial factor decomposition, we have to first make sure that these two criteria are met. First of all, it needs to be a proper rational function. Well, what is a proper rational function? So say if we have some rational function over here that's a division of some polynomial a divided by b. In order for it to be proper, the degree of a has to be less than the degree of b. The second thing we have to watch out for is that our b of x, so that our denominator here, so b of x has to either be made of linear factors or it has to be made of irreducible quadratic factors. This is essential if we want to do partial factor decomposition. So once we have these two criteria met, we can go ahead and perform this. So let's look at an example so that we can see this fully in action. So for example, let's consider some integral of our rational function. So in this case, our rational function is 2x squared plus 3x plus 3, and then it is divided by x plus 1 all cubed, and we're integrating this with respect to x. Okay, so let's make sure that it meets all the criteria. So does it meet criteria number 1? Well, we can see that the degree of a equals to 2, right? And then the degree of b, our denominator, equals to 3. So therefore, we have that degree of a is less than degree of b. So therefore, it is proper. Okay, our first criteria is met. What about our second criteria? Is it factored? So we can see that our b of x here equals to x plus 1 cubed. So this is already factored. So I saved you the hassle of factoring that, but always just double check if it is either composed of linear factors or, like I said, irreducible quadratic factors. So our two main criteria met. So we're going to go ahead and use partial factor decomposition in order to solve this integral. So let's go ahead and set that up. So let's look at this. We have 2x squared plus 3x plus 3 over x plus 1. Okay, how can we decompose this? So since we have since we have a degree 3 on the bottom, we're going to set this up into 3 different terms. So we're going to have a over x plus 1. Oops, sorry, this should be cubed. And then plus b, and then we're going to add one more degree to the bottom, so x plus 1 squared, and then plus c over x plus 1 cubed. And then what essentially we're trying to do is we're solving for a, b, and c. So we're going to set up a linear system of equations. So what we have to do now is, in order to accomplish this, we have to multiply by b of x. So we have to multiply this equation here times b of x. And that's going to help us solve for a, b, and c. So we're kind of getting rid of our denominator so we can just focus on the numerators. So what happens when we perform this multiplication? So we end up with a times x plus 1 squared plus b times x plus 1 plus c. Because as you can see, essentially this is what we're doing. We're multiplying x plus 1 cubed here times x plus 1 cubed, x plus 1 cubed. So here this cancels out, this becomes a 2. This cancels out, this becomes a 1, and this fully cancels out, and we're left with c. So this is what we're left with right now, and remember, we're also applying it to our first term, so we're multiplying this by x plus 1 cubed, and this cancels out there. So as a result, we have this expression actually an equation, which equals to our numerator, which is 2x squared plus 3x plus 3, right? You can see that that is our numerator right over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to solve for this. So the first thing we're going to do is expand this. So expand out all our binomial terms here. So we've got ax squared plus 2ax plus a plus bx plus b plus c, and that equals to 2x squared plus 3x plus 3. Okay, so now we're going to be a bit smart on how we group this together. So we're going to end up with ax squared plus 2a plus bx, and then plus a plus b plus c, and that equals to 2x squared plus 3x plus 3. So what we did here, we did kind of special grouping. So we grouped all the terms in front of with x squared, we grouped all the terms with an x, and then we grouped all the terms without an x. So we kind of have this composed into 3 different areas. So this is going to help us solve for it, because what we end up with is 2 equals to a, right? Because we have our 2 here, so that has to equal to a. And then we have that 3 equals to 2a plus b. How did I get that? Well, I have my 3 over here and my 2a plus b over here. And then, so we know that 2 equals to a, so we can solve that. So 3 equals to 2 times 2 plus b. So that means that 3 minus 4 equals to b. Therefore, b equals to -1. And then lastly, we have that a, or you can write it the other way, we have that 3 equals to a plus b plus c. And well, we already have a value for a, so a equals to 2 and b equals to -1. So that just simply means that 3 minus 2 plus 1 equals to our c value. So what do we get there? We have that c equals to 2. So let's write that all out. So a equals to 2, b equals to -1, and c equals to 2. Okay, so that was probably the hardest part here that we've already done. So great job, and make sure that you're staying with me all the way to the end so you can see exactly how the solution plays out. So what we have to do now is we're just going to sub in these values for a, b, and c into our integral. So we set it up in this step over here that I'm pointing to in green. And now we're just going to sub in our values for a, b, and c and take the integral there. Okay, so what does that give us? We end up with then the integral of 2 over x plus 1 dx, because we can separate it because we have the linear separation law, plus the integral of -1 over x plus 1 squared dx, and then plus the integral of 2 over x plus 1 cubed dx. Okay, and that is equivalent to what we started with, so this equals our 2x squared plus 3x plus 3 over x plus 1 all cubed dx. So we were able to simplify it into these terms using our partial factor decomposition. Okay, so all of these terms are integrals that we already know how to solve using other integral rules. So we can go ahead and just solve each one of these individually. So let's see what that looks like. Therefore, the integral of this equals to, our first term is 2 ln, and then the absolute value of x plus 1. And then we have minus, what do we have here? We got minus 1 over the absolute value of x plus 1. Okay. And then, oh sorry, not the absolute value, just 1. Here we go, x plus 1. And then we have plus 2 over Okay, -1 over 2x plus 1 all squared. And then we have to remember our plus c value. So I forgot the negative over here. So make sure that we have the two negatives in these brackets over there. Okay, and the c is very important because this is an indefinite integral, so we have to have our integration constant. So we can do one more step of simplification here, so that we have 2 ln absolute value of x plus 1 over x plus 1, because these two negatives cancel out, and then we have minus 2. Oh, so these 2's cancel out over here. So we are left with -1 over x plus 1 all squared, and then plus our integration constant c. And that is the final answer. So big smiley face right over there. Great job, everyone, for getting through that problem. I know it takes a bit of time, but this should show you how you can take a complicated or tricky looking rational integral, and then if you check that it meets our 2 criteria about it being a proper integral and also that our denominator can be linearly factored, then we're able to use partial factor decomposition and actually break down our problem into 3 simpler integrals, which we already have the tools and techniques to solve. So if you enjoyed that video, please drop a like and comment any questions that you have, and subscribe for more videos. I look forward to seeing you next time, and good luck with your exams.